We are going to show you guys all of the truck mods and everything we've done so far to set up Smokey to haul the Bandit.
There's a lot that goes into this, y'all. Like, I thought it was gonna be really easy, right? You throw a hitch in and you take off, and there's a little bit more to it than that. So we're gonna kind of go over what we have done so far. We've got some things that we'll probably do in a future video, so make sure that you're subscribed. And a few things that maybe we did that not everybody would do, but we really feel like that it just makes travel more comfortable. So we'll talk about those too.
Yeah, so if you have a truck that is pulling an RV,
or you're thinking about it,
this is gonna be the video for you. So the first thing we wanna show you guys is under here. Pretty excited about this new setup. I'll show you what's in here later, but first.
All right, so here's the deal. We have been loving, first of all, working with e-trailer. E-trailer has been a lifeline in this whole transition from a motorhome to a towable. So what we wanted to do and what we planned to do and what we've been working with e-trailer on is getting the truck set up for a gooseball setup. So,
all right, so this morning I've got an appointment to install this and this. This is going to be the plug for the back of the truck, and this is going to be the turnover ball. This will allow me to hook up the hitch to this and just turn over the ball when I'm not using it and be super open to put anything in the truck when I'm not towing the RV.
We got the gooseball hitch, we got the wiring, we got everything from e-trailer.
It's the B&W turnover ball. I wanted the turnover ball so we can just take the ball, turn it over, and the bed is completely available with a gooseneck, setup. So
that was the plan. Obviously, you can kind of see that's not what we have at the moment.
As you've seen, a lot of our plans have changed. It's been very fluid.
It's like everything is, you have an idea and then things sometimes change.
Make the plan, execute the plan, expect the plan to go off the rails, throw away the plan.
That is what we have installed, and we really, really love that idea of being able to just not have the bed taken up with a hitch. And so that is still the plan for a few months from now. But for now, and we'll share more about this in a future video, what we did is we went ahead and we got on Facebook Marketplace used a B&W companion. E-trailer has them too, so you could always get one from e-trailer.
It drops in place where the goose ball drops into place, and it locks in.
Doesn't it like lock onto the goose ball?
Yeah, so in the rear wheel well, there's this lever that you open up and like lock open, and then you put it down into the hitch.
So it goes like into the bed.
Then you close it and lock it in place.
Ah.
So basically...
So it's not going over the ball, it's dropping in the hole.
Right, it doesn't go over the ball. Basically, it's a companion to the, see what I did there? To the turnover ball setup. And it's all made by B&W, which is a great company. Not sponsored or anything, but this will get us by. In the interim, we were supposed to have a Reese goose box included with this RV. They were supposed to have delivered it to us.
Long story short, the people that we bought the RV from had told us that they would include the Reese goose box with the purchase of the RV. They didn't have it with them. It was in Kentucky where they were from, and they were supposed to have delivered it a week after we bought the RV. Long story short, that never materialized. And then this is why we had to then pivot with something.
I do have some other
We got plans.
gooseball setups on the horizon, and I'm actually really excited to show you guys what we end up with. But it's not going to be the traditional pin. It is going to be the gooseball
So
setup.
our towing setup for now is the traditional fifth wheel setup, but it is subject to change very, very shortly. And huge, huge thanks to e-trailer for helping us get everything set up. They even actually have a recommended installer in our area, because that was the one thing we decided to not DIY. So we were able to use their recommended installer here in the Orlando area and had it installed really very inexpensively.
So basically, Weldrite installed that in Orlando. They also installed the wiring. Basically, it's on the side of the box now here, so that way I can plug in to the fifth wheel when it's hooked up to the truck. So the next thing we installed was actually just yesterday after our first shakedown trip that we took. We noticed as we pulled out and we're on the road that this F350 was actually squatting a little bit. and nobody wants a squatting truck when hauling a fifth wheel. So I picked up from eTrailer, they had sent me out some sumo springs. I know some people want to do the airbags. I needed something just kind of quick and easy I could just get installed right now. So just in the driveway yesterday, I just jacked up the back of the truck a little bit, popped in the sumo springs, and it no longer squats. I mean, we have just a little bit, but what I found out is there is actually no bump stop at all. The previous owner of this truck removed the bump stop completely. So I had to go buy $350 worth of mounting brackets and a bump stop that I didn't even use just to get the mounting plate to install the sumo springs. But now I've noticed that the ride is still decent. A lot of people were mentioning that it's going to be a rougher ride when using it as a daily driver, but yesterday Charity and I were driving down the road and I didn't notice a huge difference in the ride. Absolutely love the sumo springs. I may go to airbags later on down the road. Let me know what you guys are using for your truck setup to make sure you don't squat. Okay, so the next thing we needed to install on the truck is a tonneau cover, because we noticed that previously in the Class A we had things inside the basement compartments.
And then here's the other thing, right? Especially having kind of more of like a home base in Central Florida, you guys, it rains here. And so what do you think's gonna happen to stuff in the back or the bed of a pickup truck if it rains? Like we made a Costco trip the other day, and, you know, we're not going to load it all in the cab if we got people riding in the cab. So it went in the bed and it rained. So anyway, I was like, we have to do something about this ASAP. I really am happy with the tonneau cover you chose. So
yes.
Why don't you share more about that?
Yeah, so I got the Truxedo from Real Truck, and as well as the Tonneau Mate toolbox.
We'll show you more of what's in our box later.
One thing I like about these products is that they are made in America. So gotta love that. They are very solid pieces of equipment, and they're not super heavy. So the roll-up cover, not super heavy. The toolbox, not heavy at all. And it just rolls down and up, and it connects to the Velcro, so that way it doesn't lift up. But it's actually a hard cover. I didn't want one of those softer covers that flap.
That's like the thing is, like, I see so many of those like flapping in the wind. And personally, obviously, durability, right? We want something that's going to stand the test of time and it's going to last for years and years and all of that. One thing I will say is that it was really easy. Like, I didn't install it. I watched Ben do it, sort of.
All right. Give her a nice cleaning with some rubbing alcohol. From what I understand, we want this seal part right on the edge, just like this. I'm just gonna put this under there a little bit. There we go.
You got it installed very quickly.
Easy. Yeah.
So it was an easy install, wasn't complicated. And then the other thing I like about just the roll-up style too, versus some of the ones where it's like a 3-piece and you have to fold it back, is that I lift weights, but I am not the buffest person. And so, you know, trying to wrestle with something, like if it's me or whatever, I want something for me that's just a little bit easier to use. And so I feel like I can use it really easily and I don't have to, you know, worry about trying to, you know, wrestle heavy things back or whatever.
Plus, it actually really looks good on this pickup truck, I must say.
It does.
Not gonna lie.
Looks nice.
Looks nice. It secures everything in place so nobody's gonna come in and grab stuff like a buffet out of your pickup truck. And it keeps it nice and watertight. So completely sealed the area on the front. There's a seal there, and then it completely rolls back, locks in place. So one thing is, you do need to put your tailgate up first before you lock it down in place. Your tailgate locks. So basically what that's doing is locking it in place so nobody can come and open it up. The only way to open it up is to pull the tailgate down and grab a clip underneath, and then it unlocks it, and then you roll it up. So
secure, very secure.
Very secure setup. And then the mounting up, there's 2 rails that install with clips along the side of your bed. And then that's where the toolbox and the tonneau cover clip to. Super easy to install.
Very easy. All right, let's show them what we've got going around the windows.
I'll show you the toolbox and a few things that I do have in this toolbox here in a few minutes. But first of all, I wanted to show you what I actually just installed this morning. I was in the Chick-fil-A drive-thru the other day, and yes, I was able to make it through the Chick-fil-A drive-thru with this. No problem. You just have to turn wide. I saw this guy with another F-350, and I literally had to get his attention and have him roll down his window. And I asked him where he got his window shade covers. What do you call them, Charity? They're window shade.
We used to call them like eyebrows or something
Eyebrows.
like that.
So what they are is basically they're window covers. So what it allows you to do, they're made by WeatherTech and they're in track mounted. So they're not stuck on with 3M tape on the outside. They are stuck into the track of the window. And I prefer this because it's not going to come off in the wind.
Or a car wash.
Or a car wash, or, you know, come loose to where it's flapping in the wind. Some people have complained that these in-track ones can be a problem, but what I've found is that if you install them right and you roll the window up and down a couple times, it does install in place just fine. At first the window was automatically coming down because it sensed that there's something in the way, but once you did roll the window up and down like it says a few times, it was like, okay, we're good. But this will allow me to basically roll my window down a little bit, say if in a parking lot or whatever, if it's hot out, and if it does rain, I'm not gonna get water in the truck. And then if I want to just crack the windows going down the road without having to run the AC, if it's a cool winter day in Florida like it's been lately.
That would be if it's all you, buddy, because
yeah,
I like my climate control. These fall into the category of Charity could have cared less, but Ben wanted it, so Ben got it.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate it, dear. You're all right. I don't care what Evie says about you behind your back.
I don't care what they say about you in the comments, Ben.
How rude!
Anyways, if you want a nice little upgrade to your truck that's very reasonable, definitely recommend the WeatherTech in-track window visors. So the nice thing about this Tonneau toolbox is that it is locking, opens up, it's very lightweight and very spacious. And the best part about this toolbox is I wanted to make sure with the whole goose ball setup, I wanted to be able to get some wood in here, put things in the back bed of the truck without any issues. I've got a nice big 8-foot bed here. So this toolbox allows a gap on the bottom of the truck bed. So if you want to slide 2x4s underneath, you can still do that. It's not going all the way to the floor. It's pretty deep here to be able to store stuff in here. So I've got some jumper cables. I've got a Viair pump in here. I did just pick up a tow strap. Just today I was driving down the road and I was actually taking my daughter to school, so I couldn't stop, but I saw a lady that had broken down over by the school and I was like, you know what? I could have just taken that strap and pulled her off the road while, you know, they troubleshot what was going on. But it's a good way to be able to help people out. I have my ball in there, my goose ball. Ooh, I need to take this out of there.
Here, hold on. No, you're not supposed to have that.
What?
I hang on to the balls.
And the chain?
Just your balls.
Okay,
I put those in my purse.
Oh, no, not that. Just come on, you guys, let's do it.
Funny. I have a fire extinguisher here. I do have another trailer clip, bug spray, SPF 50, all my tools. Okay, real quick, I'll go through the tools. I've got a flathead, a headlamp. Oh, I do have a jump box that I got on Amazon. So I've got this little jump box, some gloves. Guys, always carry Gorilla Tape with you. So we've got some zip ties. I do have this socket ratcheting wrench set by GearRight. So that comes in handy. I've got a tire pressure reader thingamabob. So I've got basically everything that I need to take with us. Let me know if I'm missing anything in the comments below.
And we got room for more.
Plenty of room for more, as you can see here. This is how you roll it up, really easy. And then watch this. It's locked in place. Doesn't that look nice, guys? Look at that. Evie, no bark. Hey, it's just me. Bruh. Ooh, I've got to fix that squeak. I've got a new door check for that. But anyways, now let's go ahead and show you what's on the inside of the truck. The first thing I'm going to show you is the Garmin GPS. Now I'll show you in a little bit of what I do have it mounted to, but this is the the Garmin RV 1095 GPS. And what I like about this particular GPS is that this connects to the Garmin Drive app on your phone. And once you have it connected for the first time, it will auto connect every time. So in previous GPSs, in order to get traffic data or to have it reroute you whenever there's an accident or something, or to alert you if there's hazards ahead, you needed to connect to the Garmin Link app. Well, this Garmin Drive app, it works with the dash cam and this, where it allows it to get live data updates from your phone. Just the other day, it rerouted us coming back home, and because there was an accident, took us off the interstate and saved us, how many minutes of time?
Close to an hour.
Almost an hour time. So before, I would have come up on the accident and we would have been sitting in traffic for an hour. So it's a very large size screen, really great for Class A. It does work in here. I do like the size of this. Charity wasn't a fan of having it in here, but when I'm not using it, I just pop it off and then pop it in, put it away in the center console. Okay, and one of the biggest parts about this RV specific GPS is that you can type in the type of vehicle that you have. So in this case, it was a fifth wheel RV, or you could do Class A, Class C. Tell it the type of RV, the height and the width, as well as, what else is it that you can put in here? Let's see. Vehicle profile. Oh yeah, the gross weight, the amount of pounds, how many portable propane tanks you have, max speed, overall length as well. So that way it will let you know if there's going to be like a bridge coming up, or it'll actually reroute you. It'll take you around any bridges that you're going to be overweight on, and so you never come up to a sticky situation where you look at your label on the dash and you're like on an 11-foot bridge and you're 12 something. You don't want that to happen. I know some people use trucking apps, but I've always come back to this particular GPS.
The biggest reason I like it is, like Ben just said, you can program in your max speed. And so you never have to like do this math in your head of like, okay, if Apple Maps says it's a 10-hour drive, what is that in RV time? Because you already put in your max speed, you know, you're only gonna be going 65. So the time of arrival is like real time of arrival, and you don't have to do the backwards.
It should have a spot where you can say how many kids you have, so it can add on to the
how many times?
The real time.
You know what it should do? How many kids do you have? Times how many potty stops? Times.
Right.
Then you have the real time.
Yes.
How many times does your husband want to stop for snacks? How many Dairy Queens does he want to stop at? How many Chick-fil-A's are there on the way? How many Buc-ee's are on this route?
Exactly.
Now you have your real time of arrival.
Okay, so the next thing I'm going to talk about here is the 3W liners. So I absolutely love these liners because, one, they're cheaper than the WeatherTech floor mats. So these were a fraction of the cost of the WeatherTech floor mats. Just as good as like the Husky floor mats as well. 3W looks the best. It's got the two clips that snap right in place. So if you get water in here, it will drain down and you'll get nothing on the carpet. And to clean them, it's a breeze. You pull them out, you spray them down with water, let them dry, and you've got no pet hair, nothing on the floor. It looks like you have a new truck again. Okay, so speaking of the back seat, one other thing that is a problem area when you travel with pets is the seats get really messy, or dogs have claws and they claw through the seats. Got some nice seats I didn't want to ruin, so I did partner up with 4 Canines that sent me this seat cover, which is great. It fits this rear seat wonderfully, and it's nice and black. It has the seatbelt hooks. It is also like a hammock cover that will hook up to the front seats, but Evie likes to sometimes lay on the floor, sometimes come up on the seat, depending. You know, if she's getting her pup cup, she'll like to look out the window and wait for the pup cup to come. Absolutely love this. Very reasonable prices over at 4 Canines. I'll put a link in the description below to all the different ones they have for the different vehicles. Definitely very sturdy, heavy duty, and they look nice inside the truck. One other thing I did order on Amazon was this center console armrest cover. It just covers over the existing leather. This is great because sometimes Evie will come up here, put her paws up here to wonder where her pup cup is and why she hasn't received it yet. And she'll look at me and lick my face. This is actually a neoprene cover and it really looks nice. It's black. It has a little bit of padding to it. And so I don't have to worry about her scratching up my nice leather center console. She is more excited than I am. Thank you.
And here's that drink for you.
All right, thank you so much. Okay, one other thing, and it's a little messy in here, so I'm not gonna show you too much, but this center console is very deep. So I can store a ton of stuff in here, right? I've got like a router, and some of the Fords do come with one similar to this, but mine didn't have it. So I wanted to maximize the space and, put some, credit cards, pens. I carry around these Zeiss lens wipes for my sunglasses to clean them off. So that way I can put them in here, hand sanitizer, any loose change I can put and maximize the space and put little things in here. I can get another one if I wanted to fill up the top part. But this has been really nice to maximize that space, to use 2 levels of stuff to organize your car. As you guys saw, I've got these mounts on the dash here, but they'll only hold a certain amount of things. I don't want to have a ton of things on the dash. I already have the Furion backup camera, the Garmin GPS, phone holder, and having one of the A1A tire minder devices up here was just another thing that I didn't want up on the dash because it gets too cluttered and is distracting. So Tire Minder recently had come out with this a while ago, and I asked them how reliable it is and if it's just as good as the A1A that I had with the big screen, and they said it is actually. So they've got an app that goes with it that you connect to your phone, and if you have CarPlay in your vehicle, it will load the CarPlay app to where once you select the app, it shows you the tire pressure, temperature, everything on CarPlay, and it does have voice alerts. So if you do have a tire blowout or the temperature is raised, it will voice alert you and beep on this thing. So I can tuck this away. I did install the extender in the battery compartment there, so it'll extend the connection to the back tires. But once I had that connected, I had a great signal. Tuck this away in my center console. I have peace of mind knowing that if I'm having any tire issues, it will alert me on the CarPlay. This is the Garmin X310 dash cam, and what I like about this is it does have, what is it called, like collision detection. So it'll alert you saying there's a car stopping up there, you might want to slow down, as well as like if cars are picking up going, it'll remind you that they're going. And this also connects to the Drive app, so you can view recordings on your phone or remotely if you want, if you're connected to Wi-Fi. And then 2, if there is an incident detected, it'll automatically record. Absolutely love that. This is actually a 4K camera as well. Very compact. I did get this through Tonneau RV. I'll leave a link down in the description below. You always want to have footage if you were to get in an accident or somebody brake checked you like they did us in the Class A in California. Okay, so now to the phone holder that I'm using currently. I wanted this car to really not have holes in it.
Amen.
So no more mounting antennas and drilling holes in the dash and stuff if I can help it. I opted for the Pro Clip phone mounts. They have these mounts specific to a vehicle. Once you have the base installed, you can mount the holder for whatever device you want. So I've got a ball for a Furion camera on one of them. I've got a Garmin GPS mount, actually that's connected to a ball, so it will swivel back and forth, up and down. It tightens right in place. So this GPS is on here nice and solid. It's not flopping around, not falling off, nothing. I don't like my phone mount rattling when I don't have a phone in it, or falling off the dash or falling off the windshield, you know, when I'm driving. So I wanted to mount that. It's sturdy, heavy duty. When you do put your phone in it, it holds it nice and snug. I love this phone mount. I highly recommend checking out. Go to gratefulglamper.com/pro clip and then put in your vehicle, and it'll show you the clips available for your particular vehicle and phone. Okay, so the next device I have underneath here is this OBD Link MX Plus. What this does is allows you to plug into your OBD2 port, and this will allow you to check out error codes. So if you ever get an engine code, you can check and clear the codes, which is nice because then you can save any diagnostic fees going to the shop. You can see what it is, look it up. So a lot of times I've been able to troubleshoot things myself and clear the codes right from here. You can also use ForeScan. So there's a few things I've done with the truck where I program, like say you have the key in your pocket and the truck's running, you go to check the mail and you'll get the double honk. I turn that off, connecting up to ForeScan. Check this out. I just turned on the ignition. Did you hear that? There's no doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo. There's not all these annoying alerts. You can turn off the seatbelt alerts. I didn't do that because I have kids in the car that I want to make sure they have the seatbelts on. There's just tons of things you can do. I'll put a link down in the description to the spreadsheet of all the things that you can do with ForeScan for free. And I just downloaded a trial of the 2-week ForeScan license, and they send it to you. That is really it. I do have the Morimoto LED headlights, and I will be changing out all my lights on the outside to the Morimoto LED lights. So be sure to subscribe. And if you guys like this video and you want to see more mods and hacks and truck things that may benefit you and your truck, be sure to hit the like and subscribe button.
We've been RVing 7 years and we're still making this mistake.
Yeah. Ow. Put your hand against there. So there's a really interesting story behind why this girl's named Smokey and the RV is named Bandit. And to learn why, you can click right up here to find out.